Hi everyone, welcome back. As promised, I am sharing an Ulta try-on haul with you today. I got these products probably 2 weeks ago or so, and I wanted to try them all on camera with you. We have new eyeshadow palette, new bronzer, the IT Cosmetics CC cream, and a few more new things too. So if you're interested in my first impression and thoughts on these products, please keep watching. If you're new, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Please subscribe and let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, you guys, as promised, I have some things from Ulta that I got in the last 2 weeks, I guess, and I wanted to use them in a video today. So it's gonna be yet another try-on haul, but this time it's from Ulta. So I don't think I have a full face, but I have quite a few new things. So let's get into it. Okay, so apparently I'm a primer person right now. I'm just interested in primers, and I got this one from The Ordinary. It's the High-Adherence Silicone Primer. So if you watched my Sephora try-on haul, I bought the Rare Beauty Blurring Primer, and I kind of want to try this and see how they compare because I actually really liked the Rare Beauty one. I'm just kind of wanting to find like my perfect primer, and I don't know, we'll try this out. So this is what it looks like, just basic packaging. I have not tried much from The Ordinary. I have one skincare product from them that I really like, but other than that I haven't really tried much from them. So this is what it looks like. This looks like a lotion, and I'm mainly gonna focus this like right here on the sides of my nose, my chin area, and then like right in the center of my forehead. I feel like this one, compared to the Rare Beauty, doesn't have that grippy feeling. This one feels more smoothing, I would say, like kind of more silicone-y. The Rare Beauty one kind of had that blurring effect too, but not so much this silicone feel. Okay, so far so good with the primer. I don't see any pilling. It seems to be laying very nicely in this area, mainly in my T-zone because that's where I put it. And I'm curious to see how the foundation looks on over this because I really want to compare these two primers because the Ordinary one is, I think, like $6 or $8, and the Rare Beauty one is somewhere between $25 and $30, I think. For foundation, you've probably seen a ton of reviews of this already, but I had to try the new IT Cosmetics CC Glow Nude Glow Medium Coverage Skin Tint. So I think I've talked about this before. I have bought the original IT Cosmetics CC cream many times, and I always end up returning it or decluttering it. I don't know. It always looks extremely heavy on me, and I don't know. I've just never used it and thought that it looked that great on me. But since this is supposed to be lighter weight and more of a medium coverage at the most, I'm hoping I will like this. So I got the shade Light. I have used this once already, and I want to use it again to see like what my thoughts are. But my first impression was pretty good. Oh, also, when I bought mine, I don't know if this is still going on, but Ulta was giving this IT Cosmetics brush as a free gift if you bought the foundation. So I figured we could use the brush too. This is the Skin Smoothing Complexion Brush. Just kind of a flat top angled foundation brush. So I got some on the back of my hand. Like I said, this is the shade Light. Definitely it works for me right now because I have my self-tan on, but I definitely think like in the winter time or anytime I don't have self-tan on, the light color would probably be a little bit dark, but right now it's okay. I will say the consistency reminds me of the original CC cream. It has the same smell. Yeah, I want to use this again and see what I think. I am going to do my trick where I spray my face first. Okay, and then I'm just going to start tapping this in, and we'll see what we think. When I've used it previously before this video, I did think it was pretty glowy. I would say a little more glowy than the original CC cream and a little less glowy than the illuminating CC cream from It Cosmetics, so kind of in between the two. I have more on the back of my hand, so I'm gonna add a little bit more to my cheek area. So I would say this is a pump, maybe a tiny bit more than a pump. So I would say you're not going to get any more than a lighter medium coverage out of this. I don't find that you can get even like a full medium coverage. That's just my opinion. To me, this is pretty light medium, but I do like it. I like the look of it. Let's look up close and see how that primer is doing. I do think the primer actually made a difference right here, because this area where I have pores that I notice more, this is the area where I tend to notice foundation really sitting, especially if it's more glowy. I do think this kind of toned it down in this area and even in the middle of my forehead and my chin, whereas I still have more of the glow on my cheeks. Okay, so it looks pretty good. I do think, I wish It Cosmetics would change up their shade range a little bit on these CC creams, because I just feel like this is the shade Light and it's very dark to be considered a light shade. I think there's 2 shades below this, or maybe 3, I can't remember, but I don't know. I do find most of their shades run pretty extreme on the undertone side. They're either very, very yellow or very, very pink, just from what I've noticed, especially with the CC creams. But I do like the look of this overall, but I kind of want to see how it does with the rest of the makeup on, since I've only worn this one other time. So I don't have a new corrector or concealer, so I'm going to quickly do those off camera, and then I'll come back and we do have a new bronzer to try. Okay, we're gonna move on to bronzer, and I'm kind of shocked that I bought this, to be honest. Let me just start off by saying I went to an Ulta that I normally go to, and they have now got a Chanel counter in the Ulta. Is that a new thing? I knew Chanel came to Ulta a few months back, but I was thinking it was online only. Well, mine that I go to a lot now has it. So needless to say, I don't know what came over me, you guys, but I bought the Le Beige Healthy Glow bronzer, but in the deep color. So this is the newer shade, the Tan Deep Bronze. And I just was so curious to try this. I love the original color, but it is a very light bronze, even on me, especially if I have any color whatsoever. I mean, you can see it, but it doesn't show up a ton. So I honestly was just really curious, and I always seem to hear people talking about the deeper color, and I'm guessing it's because the original is very, very light. And I've swatched this already, so that's why you can see a little swatch mark in there, but this is what it looks like. It looks very scary, but I was really surprised when I put this on my hand. That's what it looks like. So to me, this one is more of like a, that's it blended in there. So you can see it's not as dark and scary really as it looks in here. Like this looks pretty scary, but honestly, I feel like it's gonna be good. I don't know. This one to me has a little bit more of a reddish undertone, whereas the original is more warm. It's more of a yellow golden undertone. So I feel like this one might even look a little more realistic in terms of like a true bronze color. I think I'm gonna use the Sephora number 56 brush. I've been loving this for cream bronzer. And I'm just gonna add this to, ooh. Okay, I have a feeling I'm gonna like this. I just keep seeing people use this color, and I don't know, something about the tone of it I really, really like. Like, do you see how pretty it's blending out? Especially for the spring and the summer. I do wish they would come out with more shades of this. I know people have been saying it for a long time, but it really is true. Like, they need more shades. I mean, I'm glad they now at least have one deeper shade, but they need more than that. So pretty. Okay, I'm gonna take some down my neck and on my jawline too. I feel like this color would also be really pretty on the eyes as eyeshadow. I'm not gonna do that today because I have a palette that we're gonna use, but I do feel like this color would be pretty on the eyes. Next I have a blush, and okay, this was 100% influenced by Jessica Braun. I saw her newest blush declutter video that she posted a few days ago when I'm filming this, and she just went on and on about this blush, and it's not a new product, but I have never tried it, and it's Benefit Dallas blush. So this is kind of like a rosy bronze blush, and I actually don't have any Benefit boxed blushes. I don't have a boxed bronzer from them either. All I have is one of the highlighters. I have the cookie highlighter. But she just went on and on about how much she loved this blush, and I love bronzy colors like this. I feel like I don't hear anyone talk about this ever, so it's very subtle. That's it right there. Definitely more of a bronze, not a typical blush color. But I don't know, something told me I needed this in my life. All right, I'm gonna use this fluffy Morphe brush. It's the A22 from the Ariel collection. And I'm just gonna lightly add a bit of this. Ooh, that is pretty, you guys. Do you see? I feel like it looks better on your actual cheek than it does like when you swatch it. You almost can't even see the swatch of it. Like, that's it right there. But I feel like this kind of reminds me of a lighter version of Seychelles from Buxom, which is one of my favorite blushes. Oh yeah, I can see why she said she liked this. This is such a random thing, but I saw it, and the more I looked at it, the more I felt compelled to buy this. Let me know if you've tried these blushes. I feel like no one talks about Benefit boxed blushes anymore. I think they used to be really popular, but I never see anyone talk about these. So when she was raving about this one, it piqued my interest. So I am going to fill in my brows, and then we're gonna move on to the eyes, which I'm so excited about this eyeshadow palette. You may know which one it is, but I'm gonna fill in my brows first. Let's move on to the eyes. I just primed with my Nars eyeshadow primer, and the palette that I just could not resist is the new Nars Summer Unrated eyeshadow palette. I think I included this in my Sephora sale wish list video. I didn't end up getting it from Sephora. I think the reason for that too is because I didn't see it actually in person, because then when I was in Ulta to get this, they had it in store, and I was like, yeah, you're gonna come home with me. The colors on this palette just speak to me. in like every way. I love every single color in here. And I don't have a Nars eyeshadow palette. I've actually thought about buying one before. I just feel like I never see a color story from Nars that I'm just obsessed with until this one. All right, I just took some swatches and I'll insert the clip here, but if the swatches are any indication of how these shadows perform, I'm really excited about this. I don't know, I didn't think this palette wouldn't be good. It's just, I don't know, the formula, just swatching them feels really good, really buttery. And I literally love the color scheme of this palette. It's kind of, I'm trying to think, it's neutral for sure, but you do get that little bit of pink and purple color in here. I don't know, I think it's a good mix though. And it's also pink and reflective on the outside, which I also love. I'm gonna go into this first matte shade, just a pretty basic light brown. And I'm gonna use this fluffy crease brush and apply this in the crease. It's very neutral. It's not super warm and it's not super cool, which I love. I feel like a lot of times in palettes, you either get something super, super warm or super cool. It's kind of hard to get a really good neutral shade sometimes. All right, I'm not sure I'm gonna go too colorful today, but the color shadows in here are really pretty too. Okay, I'm gonna go into this shade, which is also a brown, but just a deeper tone. This one is definitely more of a warm brown. And I'm using a different brush. This is the BK Beauty 202. And I'm gonna add this to the outer corner. Pretty pigmented. I feel like I don't hear a ton of people talking about Nars eyeshadows. I guess they don't come out with, well, they do come out with palettes, but I feel like all of their palettes are limited edition, including this one. They never seem to make permanent palettes, which is interesting. They're always coming out with like season themed palettes, like Christmas palettes and summer palettes, spring palettes. Okay, you guys, for some reason this shade is calling to me. It looks kind of green, like an army green, but when I swatched it, it came off more golden. Yeah, we're gonna go for that. And I'm gonna add this on top of that brown we put in the outer corner and see what happens. Because this shade does have shimmer in it, so it might be better applied with your fingers. Okay, yeah, so if you apply that shade with a brush, it's definitely a little more sheer, which is to be expected. So this is the color. So it is an olive, but it also looks kind of golden and bronzy. So I'm just gonna take this actually and kind of pat it on the outer portion of the lid. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, so I would say definitely the finger is the way to go on this one. Gosh, that is such a stunning color though. This is a khaki green, I guess is how I would describe it. Kind of gold, but kind of green. And see, like in the swatch, I feel like it looks more gold, but then I also feel like it can look more olive. That color is so pretty. I'm gonna take my fluffier brush now and just kind of lightly feather around everything. All right, let's do this shade, so this brighter champagne color. And I'm gonna put this on the inner part of the lid. I'm guessing this is also gonna be best applied with your finger. So I'm gonna take this, and it's kind of difficult to do right now because my nails are very long. Yeah, definitely finger is the way to go with these. So pretty. That's more of like a yellowy champagne, but very, very pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with my brush and blend a little bit more. And then something I really like that they put in this palette is this dark gray right here. It kind of looks kind of like a graphite looking gray. I like that they put that in the palette, so you could use, and that's a matte shade, so you could use that to really make a smokier look if you wanted. I feel like this palette is very versatile in terms of the looks you could do, which is very nice. Okay, what should I? Ooh, you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna take a little bit of this pink right here, or maybe I should do this like glitter topper shade. Yeah, let's do that glitter topper. This one has like actual glitter reflex in it. So pretty though. Okay, and I'm gonna pop a little bit of this right on the center of my lid. Pretty, and I'm applying that pretty sheerly. So that's it there. It's got a lot of gold and yellow and pink glitter in it. For the lower lash line, I'm gonna do the crease shade again all the way across. And then I'm gonna take the, let's see, the deeper brown that we used, so this one, and I'm just gonna put that on the outer half of my lower lash line. I kind of want to use this darker shade I was talking about, this gray. I think I might try and apply just a little bit of that along the outer half of my lash line. I don't know that I'll do a wing, but we'll see. I just kind of want to see how that gray is. I say, oh, I'm probably not going to do a wing, and then here I do a wing. I'm using my little BK Beauty 208 brush that I love for this, just to make a wing. So yeah, that's definitely just a dark charcoal gray. I feel like you could definitely spritz your brush and get it a little bit darker because it's not coming out like super dark. Okay, yeah, that helps a lot. FYI, I should have done glitter glue, or I should have set under my eyes really well, but I didn't think about it and got so excited and did not. So now I have quite a bit of glitter under my eyes from that PC glittery shade, the pinky orangey one that I put like on the center here. So keep that in mind, use a glitter glue. I should have done that, but anyway, I didn't, and that's okay. But this is what the eyes look like. I don't have a new eyeliner or a new mascara, so I'm going to do that quickly, and then we'll move on to a few lip products. All right, and then last for the lips, I do have a new lip liner. This is from NYX. It's one of the Line Loud lip liners. These came out pretty recently, I think. This one is the shade Global Citizen. And of course, it's very typical Blair color. It kind of reminds me of Iconic Nude from Charlotte Tilbury. I also got this, which I'm not sure if I'm going to use this right now, or maybe I'll wait, but I think I mentioned this in my Sephora video too, but the Nars Orgasm Lip Mask. I just fell right into this Nars packaging, you guys. I mean, how stinking cute is this? And of course it was sitting there with the palette when I got the palette. Doesn't really have much of a smell. I honestly don't want to mess it up. Maybe we'll do a little bit of that at the end. I don't want to do that before I do lip liner. So let's go in with this. Ooh, these are definitely a creamier formula than the original NYX lip pencils. Oh yeah, this is nice. I like that. I was gonna say too, I looked at the Nude NYX contour sticks, the blush contour sticks. Those just came out, and when I was in Ulta, they had them, and I almost got those to try, but those things were $14 a piece. And I don't know. I just didn't want them bad enough to pay $14 each for them. I don't know, but NYX is definitely getting up there in price. So I just thought I'd mention that. But the new contour and blush sticks do look really pretty. They had samples, or I mean the testers out, and I swatched them. They have some really pretty shades. So I don't know. Maybe if NYX goes on sale, I'll try them eventually, but I just thought that was kind of steep for those contour sticks. But I did get one of the new Tarte lip plumpers. This is the Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump. So this is the plumping version of the original Maracuja lips. I think they still have the originals. And this one is the shade White Peach, which I will swatch for you. I think this is just a really, oh yeah, it's just a really light pinky nude. And like I said, I've never tried the original, so I don't know about the plumping aspect versus the non-plumping, but this smells really good. What does this smell like? It kind of smells coconutty. Ooh, this is a really pretty color. This is such like a typical Blair color. How pretty is that with that lip liner? Ooh, and it definitely does have a tingle. Not like crazy, crazy tingle, but I can definitely feel the tingly feeling. Ooh, okay, I really like that. There are so many pretty colors in these too. Honestly, I liked every single color. I had a really hard time picking. This almost reminds me of the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serums that I love so much. This feels very, very similar. Like in the, what is the light? Bare Glow, I think, is the lightest shade of the Makeup by Mario. That's what this one reminds me of. Clearly I have a certain type of lip product, certain type of lip color and product that I like. So I definitely don't need to use this on top of this because you're not going to be able to see it because this is so glossy. I probably should have put this on first. Okay, I'll try this out and I'll let you guys know what I think of it at some point, but there's no point in putting it on right now. All right, you guys, that is going to be it for this Ulta try-on haul. I'm going to quickly go over these things and my kind of initial thoughts on them. I do think I'm going to do either a speed reviews video or maybe just a retrying new makeup video in the next week or so. Because I've tried so much stuff, I kind of want to have a chance to play around with everything a little bit more and then do a video kind of following up. Because when you try so many things, it's hard to really figure out how you feel about it until you've used it for quite a bit. You know what I mean? So that will be coming soon, but let's talk about today. And first, the foundation and the primer. So the primer, number one, it didn't do anything weird, which is good. And I do think it did make a difference with my pores right here. I don't know that it's as much as I noticed with the Rare Beauty, but it's not bad. And I feel like I would need to use it a little bit more and kind of play around with it. Also, it's kind of throwing me off because now I have a bunch of glitter under my eyes, which was my fault. I should have set under my eyes or used a primer, but I just get so excited. I don't think clearly. But not bad on the primer. I'll keep using it, like I said, and let you know. The CC cream. My thoughts on the CC cream are I like it, but it's not an instant favorite. It's not like the Nars Light Reflecting. I know I always talk about that, but that foundation just blew me away and I still love it so much. I feel like I like this, but I need more time to really tell you what I think about it. I'm kind of surprised. I thought for some reason this was going to give a little more coverage than it gives. To me, this is very light medium. It's not even a full medium coverage to me, which isn't bad, but that's just kind of the idea I had in my head. And I do think it's pretty glowy. Not as glowy as the illuminating version, like I said, but I do think it's pretty glowy. So if you have oily skin, I don't know that you would love it. But I do think it's pretty for summer, and I'm excited to keep kind of testing it out. The Chanel bronzer, I am very happy with this purchase. I was kind of nervous about it because it does look super dark, but I just think this is the prettiest bronze color, and it should be, obviously, because this is not a cheap product. But I really love the color on this. I feel like if you are my skin tone or a little bit more in the medium skin tone range, you would really like this tone. It's a very authentic bronze. It does not look like a fake bronzer bronze, if that makes sense. That's how I feel about red undertones. I feel like they look more natural. I do think though, since I can wear this, if you have a very deep skin tone, this is not going to show up much on you. Like I said, they need more shades in this bronzer because it's such a good product, but they just need more shades. The blush, I'm not surprised. I liked it. It's a bronzy neutral blush, which is my thing. Jessica was not wrong on that. The eyeshadow palette. You guys, I knew I was going to like this. I just knew it. I could tell by the colors and the swatches, but I am really happy with this palette purchase. And lately I haven't been drawn to a ton of palettes. I bought the new Patrick Ta palette, which I love. That was an instant purchase for me. And this one really won me over, like I said, when I saw it in person. But this is very versatile. You could do a lot with this. You could do very neutral. You could do very deep and smoky with like the gray and this deeper brown that we didn't use. You could go more pinky, purpley. I just think this is my favorite Nars palette I've seen in a very long time. And I'm excited to have this. Just watch out for the glitter fallout, but that was my fault. I should have thought more clearly. And the lip combo, this is a true Blair lip combo, a deeper nude lip liner with a lighter nude over the top. I love it. I really like this from Tarte. I can see myself buying at least one more shade of this. But if you do have the Makeup by Mario's already, the plumping serums, it is similar. This one does not have any glitter in it. A few of the, or actually all of the Makeup by Mario shades have a little bit of shimmer in them if you look really closely. This one does not. So that's one difference. But the formula and the feel and the look on the lips is very similar. Thank you so much for watching. If you've tried any of these things, let us know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure to give this one a thumbs up if you liked it. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe, and make sure you're following me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1. I will see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.